So I want to imagine now that we have a completely empty mind.
Pure awareness.
Yes. I shouldn't call it a completely clear mind. I think it sounds better. And now, Maharishi has described events which occur when that mind goes into activity, and one type of event that can occur are various rhythms, periodic activities, which can be cognized as sounds, various names. I think someone mentioned this morning, I think it's in a different hotel, for example, a word which came up in meditation. I think probably quite a few people experience particular words coming up or particular vibrations coming up in meditation. And these can be compared with what happens to an ordinary physical vacuum. I'll draw it on. In a physical vacuum, one can get waves propagating or particles, which is just the same sort of thing, like the photon or the electron and so on. The ordinary physical vacuum can carry characteristic particles in the same way that the mind appears to be able to carry particular vibrations. Now, these are analogous. Now, what exactly does an analogy mean? Because I think it's important to make the distinction between useful analogies and ones which are just analogies. And the usefulness of analogy is that if we have a system that we can understand and describe mathematically, we can generally use our understanding of that system to understand the behavior of a system which describes in an analogous way. So to give an example, if we know the equations describing how sound propagates, and we see analogies between sound and light, then we can suspect that light may obey the same equations, and we can actually project from one system to the other system. And this is the most useful use of analogy, to go from a well-understood situation to a situation which is not so well understood. So we can see in any case that the fact that we know that the physical vacuum, which we're well aware of, can propagate a particular kind of particles, can be used as a model for what's happening in the mind. That it's not unreasonable to suppose that the completely clear mind could carry characteristic kinds of vibrations. There are in fact certain systems called solitons which seem rather more like the kind of things one has in thoughts, that they're sort of limited trains rather than ones which go on like a perfect sine wave. And solitons have quite a variety of forms which seem to be quite analogous to forms that one could get as thoughts in the mind. And solitons actually come out of an extremely simple equation, although this equation works out in quite a complicated way. In any case, the inference is that we can regard the mind as a medium whose equations allow it to propagate particular kinds of vibrations.